All right, we're talking about absolute value. The definition of absolute value is the distance from a point to zero. And distance is always positive, therefore absolute value is always positive. So if I have -4, the absolute value of -4, that just means it is 4 units away from zero. So the absolute value of -4 is 4. Same thing with 5. If I have a positive, well, the distance that 5 is from 0 is 5 units. So the absolute value of 5 is 5. So distance is always positive, or I guess if it's 0, then it's 0 units from 0. So here's a little trick. When evaluating, treat the value inside your absolute value like it's its own parentheses. You have to evaluate that first, what's inside the parenthesis or inside the absolute value before you can apply the absolute value part. So let's do a couple of examples. We'll start off really easy. Absolute value of 4. Wow, well 4 is 4 units away from 0, so the answer is 4. The absolute value of -5. -5 is 5 units away from 0, so the answer is 5. 8 minus 2, well, I have to figure out what is inside here. The absolute value of 8 minus 2, that is the absolute value of 6, and the absolute value of 6 is 6. The absolute value of 2 minus 8, well, 2 minus 8 is -6, so we're really figuring out the absolute value of -6, which is 6. Going on, the absolute value of 0, well, 0 is 0 units away from 0. Ooh, here I have these two. So the absolute value of -3 is 3. And then I'm going to add that to the absolute value of 5, which is 5. 3 plus 5 is 8. Ooh, I have a lot of negatives here on this one. Well, I'm going to, again, if I have parentheses, I'm going to figure out what's inside the parentheses first. This is 2 minus the absolute value of -2 is 2. So I have 2 minus 2, which is nothing, 0. All right, let's go ahead and go on a bit. We are going to evaluate for when x equals 6. Alrighty, so I have, again, I'm treating this like a parentheses. So I have the absolute value of 3 times 6 plus 2. I'm making sure my absolute value signs look like absolute values and not ones. I don't want to turn an absolute value into a 1. Again, I'm still figuring out what's inside my absolute value. That is 18 plus 2. 18 plus 2 is 20. Absolute value of 20 is 20. Done. All right, next one. I have -2 times 6 minus 8. Absolute value. That would be -12 minus 8. -12 minus 8 is -20. Absolute value of -20 is 20. And we have -2 times 3 minus 6. -2 times 3 minus 6. The absolute value is, that's -3. -2, the absolute value of -3 is +3, so that just becomes 2 times 3. -2 times 3 is -6.